Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we'll be doing a fill on these glitter nails. So this time I'm actually not going to be removing the glitter that's inside the nail. We're going to go ahead and just leave it and just do a fill. I think for the most part I've always removed like any of the glitter that was encapsulated, but she liked it so much that she wanted to go ahead and keep it and just fill it in with that same glitter that we used. So the first thing that I'm doing, of course, is just going in and removing the bling. This set has been on for 3 weeks, and as you can see, she had not a lot of not lifting, but growth at all. They still look really good, and her bling stayed on really good as well, which it always does. But again, we're just removing the bling with a pair of nippers, and then after that we're gonna go in and just remove that top coat that's on the nails, as well as the glue from the bling. Alrighty, so after we finish removing the bling, I'm going in with my extra coarse drill bit, and we're just filing away that top coat, the gel top coat that was on the nails, as well as the glue. And we just want to make sure that we file them down really good. That way, whenever we do the fill, everything is nice and even. Again, this is a safety extra coarse drill bit. I get these from Amazon. I'll be sure to leave the link down below. And I also wanted to let you guys know that I don't know if you guys remember, but I was using the McCart nail drills before, and the reason why I haven't used them anymore is just simply because they only sell theirs in a set, and I always only use this one, my fine drill bit, and that's pretty much it. So I don't want to have to buy a whole little kit or set of drill bits just for those two, which is why I started using the Pana nail drill bits. But again, I'm using an extra coarse one. We're just filing down the nails, and as you can see, she did have a little bit of lifting on this one, but I always just go in with the same drill bit and just file it away. You want to make sure that you don't use a pair of nippers or anything to remove your lifting. Just go in there and just file it away, because if not, if you go in there with a pair of nippers, you're just going to make the lifting worse. So again, if you have any type of lifting, if it's not a lot, just go in there and file away. You will be able to see that it's lifting because it's going to look a little bit whitish, and you're going to just be able to automatically tell that it's lifting. Now, if it's lifted a lot to where the whole nail is just coming up, then I would recommend just soaking off that nail and replacing it with a new one, because most likely it will lift again if you try to fix it. If it's like really bad to where it's lifted all the way down to like the free edge, again, I would recommend just replacing the entire nail. Alrighty, so after we finish filing the nails, we're just going to go in and just push the cuticles back. Remember, when you push the cuticles back, this just exposes the new growth and help with reducing lifting. I'm using a metal cuticle pusher by OPI, but you can use any cuticle pusher that you have, whether it's plastic, metal, or wood, as long as it can be disinfected or disposed of. Next, I'm going in with my 180 sanding band, and we're just simply removing the shine from the natural nail. Remember that when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you again remove the shine really good, because if you leave any shine on that nail, you will get lifting. Alrighty, so once we finish removing the shine, we're going to go in and just dust the nails off. And then I'm going in with my Young Nail Protein Bond. I'm applying it on all of the nails. And also, I want to mention that the reason why I use the Young Nail Protein Bond is because whenever I was using the OPI Bondex, I started getting lifting. And I decided to just switch out all my products, and I had heard a lot of good stuff about Young Nails or Protein Bond by Young Nails. That's why I decided to give that one a try, but you could always just use the Mia Secret one. I've heard that it works really good for people, or whatever you just feel comfortable using. Alrighty, but anyways, now I'm going in with the Nail Supply Glamour AB Glitter Acrylic to fill in the nails. And I'm also using my Alpha brush in a number 10, and it's an oval shape, and I'll be sure to leave the link down below. But as you can see, I applied the acrylic back closer to the cuticle area, and then of course we have to go in and make sure that we encapsulate the nail with the clear. So for my clear, I'm using the Glam and Glit clear acrylic, which I absolutely love, and I've been using for a few weeks now, and I think I'm almost out of it, so I'll be sure to restock on it because I really like that brand. But anyways, we're just making sure that we have a nice apex at the back, because since our nails are longer, of course we don't want to get any breakage. But as you can see, also I'm not doing a base, which usually you guys know that when I'm doing glitter, I do a small bead of clear underneath and then I do the glitter. But since she wants to keep the glitter on her nails instead of taking it off, that's why we're just applying that straight onto the nail. And then after this, we just encapsulate that with the clear, or as always, you know, I use the Mia Secret Pink as well, whichever one you like to use. But lately, since I've been using the Glam and Glitz, I already had that one at my table, so I just decided to use that one. But it's really plain and simple this time. Again, we're just gonna apply the glitter at the back, fill it in, and then also if you need to apply a little bit more acrylic somewhere, remember that it is completely fine. So make sure that when you're working, you're looking at your nail from different angles to make sure that you have a nice thickness at your tip, and then you also, most importantly, have a nice apex, because if not, your nails will break off very easily. Also, another little tip about when you're working is that you want to make sure that you clean your brush off a lot when you're working. You don't want any of that product, especially the glitter, to get stuck in your brush, because if not, your product is not going to go on smoothly. It's going to be very bumpy, and your brush overall has a lot to do with how your products go on. You want to make sure that you invest in a good brush. I promise you guys that your brush is one of your most important tools other than your acrylic, because if not, you, I promise, are not going to be able to achieve a good set, because the product is going to keep building up and building up into your brush. So if you are, and let us know down below if you're having problems with the acrylic getting stuck into your brush, let us know down below, because again, most likely it is your brush. It's good to invest good money into your brush, and the Alpha brushes are not that expensive. I believe like this one is like $20 some. So be sure to, you know, check them out. Or even if you buy a different brand, I'm not even just saying that, you know, they're the absolutely best and you must must buy from them or anything, but you know, just invest in a good brush. It doesn't matter how much or where you're getting it from, but you want to make sure that it's a good brush, because again, you don't want all of the product to get stuck in your brush. But you also have to make sure that, of course, you know, you clean your brush off as you're working, because even if you buy $1 million brush, if you're not wiping it off, the product is still gonna get stuck to it. So I just wanted to make sure that I told you guys that, because it is very important. And then also it's very important to take care of your brush and to clean it after each set. That way it doesn't get any product in there and then it's gonna harden. So make sure that you also take care of your brushes, because again, I cannot stress this enough, but your brushes are your most important tools. But now we're going to go ahead and finish off the fill. We're doing the other hand, and again, we're doing the same thing. So we're just applying the AB glitter acrylic at the back, and then we're just encapsulating that with the clear acrylic, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Alrighty, so once we finish applying the acrylic, we're going to go ahead and reshape the nails. And we're just following the sides and the free edge at a 90-degree angle to make sure that we get that super perfect shape. This one is kind of like in between a squared and a coffin, so I guess you could say it's like a tapered shape, but again following the sides at a 90-degree angle and the free edge as well. And then on this one you will see that I accidentally cut her, and when things like that happen, you know, sometimes you can't avoid it. The only thing you can say or do is just apologize, but you know, like after I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up to make sure that it's, you know, good and it doesn't get infected or anything, but it's nothing major. I just accidentally cut her with my hand file, as you can see there on the side. So do make sure that when you're doing this, you're protecting their side of the nail. As you can see, I kind of hold the side or like their skin with my finger, that way I don't get too close to that with my nail file. But like her side of, or actually like her fingertips are pretty chubby, so sometimes it's a little bit hard to get on there and or get really close to there without cutting her. So she always has to remind me, but I accidentally did that. But again, I apologized and we moved on. But we're gonna go ahead and finish reshaping the nails, and then after this we're gonna go in and file all of the nails with the e-file. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in with the e-file and we're going to be filing all of the nails. As always, we first start around the cuticle area, going from the right side of the nail, working our way around the cuticle area to the left. And then of course, just making sure that we file the entire nail as well to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And then also making sure that when you're filing the nails that you are sealing around the cuticle area really good to make sure that you don't get any lifting. You want to make sure that you file until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way you know that the acrylic is not on the skin and that the acrylic is nice and shut and sealed and flat around there, because again this will cause lifting if you don't do it properly. Now it is going to take some time for you to finally, you know, achieve sealing the cuticle area really good. It's going to take a lot of practice. It's not something that you're going to be able to do overnight. I know for sure it took, I can't really tell you how long it took me because I didn't keep track of the time, but I know that it took me a while to finally, you know, start doing nails without getting any lifting at all. And even now, you know, sometimes I still might get a little lifting here and there, but you just have to learn how to seal around the cuticle area. But again, you go from the right side, working your way around to the left side and just going back and forth, and you're going to be able to see when the acrylic is sealed, because you're going to be able to see again the cuticle area, the natural nail, and the acrylic. But again, it's going to take some practice, so just be patient and, you know, don't get discouraged when your nails slip, because that is a part of lifting. It's going to be the most annoying thing and the hardest thing to, you know, finally achieve. But I promise you that at the end it's going to be worth it, and you're going to feel so good when you finally get a set that did not lift. Alrighty, so next we're going in with a buffer and we're just buffing the nails really good, and this is just going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nail from the hand file or the e-file. So again, make sure you buff those nails super good, because if not, once you apply the top coat, you will be able to see those scratches through the top coat. So make sure that you buff any of those scratches out of the nail. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to go ahead and dust the nails off, and then after this we're going to go in with the Soleil nail adhesive. We're going to be applying some bling on the ring finger and the index finger. I'm going to be using some neon ones or a neon one. I'm gonna use some black ones and my regular AB SS6 and SS12. So again, I applied the glue first, and then I went in with my wax pencil, applied the bigger pieces, and then I'm just randomly going to apply the black ones and the AB SS6 and SS12. And then after that, we're gonna apply some on the index finger. Remember that when you're applying the bling, just apply a little bit more glue wherever it's needed. You would notice that the glue, dry a little bit quicker when there's no polish underneath, just acrylic. So just make sure you add wherever it's needed, and you'll be able to tell whenever it's not sticking, because it's just not going to stick. So just go in and apply a little bit more glue wherever, and that's pretty much it. And then I always spray my nails with the bling with the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator. So if you use the Soleil nail adhesive and you apply the top coat right after, you will see that the glue or the top coat kind of becomes like chunky or sticky, and that's because the glue is not dry. So either make sure that you let it air dry really good, or I do highly recommend that if you're using the Soleil nail adhesive, that you use the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator, which is the same thing that I used when I was using the what was it called, the Mia Secret Gel Resin. Yeah, that's what it was, the Mia Secret Gel Resin. So you just have to spray it, and that just basically dries the glue. The reason why you have to use that is because since it is a gel resin, it's more of a gel consistency, so it's a little bit thicker than just regular nail glue, and it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. So when you spray the activator, it literally like instantly dries the glue. But anyways, now we're applying the bling on the index finger. So I applied a SS12 right in the middle, closer to the cuticle area, and then we're going to outline the entire perimeter of the nail with the smaller SS6. Alrighty, so next we're going to go in with the Madam Glam Perfect Black Gel Polish, and we're going to outline the tips of the nails, and all three of them are going to be different. We wanted to incorporate some black into the nails, but we didn't want to take away from the glitter, which is why we're only doing the tips. So for this one, we're going to outline both sides of the nail to kind of make like a little triangle in the middle. On the pinky, we're going to outline just one side, and then on the thumb, we're going to outline the tip of the nail as well, but it's going to be more of like a rectangle type of thing. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm using my small nail art brush. I'm using, again, the black gel polish, which is Perfect Black. And I'll be sure to leave the link down below to the Madam Glam gel polishes as well as my promo code. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and let this hand cure for 30 seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other hand. So again, we're doing the bling on the ring finger and the index finger, and then we're doing the black outline on the other three fingers, letting them cure for 30 seconds, and then after that we can go in and apply the top coat on both hands. Alrighty, y'all, so now I'm just going in and applying the Madam Glam gel top coat. We're going to apply that on both hands, and we're going to be curing each hand for 60 seconds under my Sun X UV LED lamp, and I'll be sure to leave the link down below to that one as well. I've been using it for a while, and I've not had any issues at all, so I do highly recommend it, and it's also very affordable.